welcome to Tuesday Sprints. We were meant to have Brittany join us, as you may have noticed in the thumbnail, but she has lost power, which is quite sad. We'll see if she ever joins us. But you know who I've got with me? Two additional guests. Woohoo! For TBR Harvest / Fablin combined sprints. Let us know in the comments what you're up to, what you're doing. I am actually doing something for TBR Harvest and for Fablin, so I'm feeling pretty good about myself.
Doing both of them at the same time? What? You naughty thing.
It's actually worked out really well for me. I haven't had to juggle too much, so I'm like, okay, pass the Angela.
Cannot I'm gonna start doing 2 readathons. I don't usually, when I'm doing a competitive readathon, do 2 at the same time, but I'm like, the way that TBR Harvest and Fablin have worked together to help me not have as much analysis paralysis, because I'm like, well, whatever I choose has to fit my TBR Harvest rolls. So I just roll. I'm like, okay, I don't know what I want to read. Roll on the board.
Yeah, honestly, it has helped because, and that's the thing is, when you've got too much choice, you're like, but what do I choose? And so the more things you do that you got to connect, you're like, there's literally only a handful of books that will fit all of these prompts together. So
that's why Word Nerdathon has prompts, because I'm like, I need something to, if you just tell me nonfiction, man, there's so much nonfiction I could read. I need something to focus my vision.
I completely agree. So I'm reading The Secret Place by Tana French. This one is also, I'm reading it for my job too. So this is great. So I'm reading it for my job. I'm reading it for I know.
A triple threat?
I know. Look at me getting paid to read. So I'm doing that. I'm doing it for Fablin, the book in a series, because this is the 6th book in the Dublin Murder Squad series. And then for TBR Harvest, I'm actually, okay, this is me a bit cheating. I'm doing it for The Attic. So reading a book for another readathon. So I'm like, I'm going to do this for Fablin. So it works out really well. And I have so much I need to get through, though. So I'm going to be productive today. Neva, what are you going to be up to today?
I need to finish reading Soulless because I only have 2 hours left, I think. And I've just been out here just not reading it. I mean, it's fine, but it's good. I'm enjoying this book. Okay, so it's not the book; it's just my ears, honestly. Actually, I have 4 hours left, but even so, I need to finish it. And it's good. The audiobook is really good. The story is good. It's a me problem, honestly.
Yeah. I know that the chapters are super long too, which has been, it just makes you feel weird when you look down and it's like an hour and 15 minutes for the chapter and you're like, oh my gosh, what?
Yeah, I'm on chapter 4 and chapter 4 is 54 minutes and 54 seconds long.
Yeah. They're long chapters. I'm sorry.
And I mean, it's less than that at the speed that I'm listening to it at, I'm sure. But at one time speed, it's an hour long. And I was reading it as an ebook because I got it off of Kindle Unlimited. And then I was like, all these chapters are an hour long. I cannot do this. So I was like, I'll just get the audio. It's really fine. So I paid I think I got it discounted because I had the Kindle book. So it was $7 or $8. So I was like, you know what? It's worth $7 or $8. And then I listened to a sample of it to make sure that it would be worth $7 or $8. And I was like, yeah, she sounds good, whatever. It's an Audible exclusive. I can't get the audiobook anywhere else. So I was like, it's fine. So I downloaded it and the audio is good though. I kind of want the rest of the series, to be honest. The audio is good. But I was like, there ain't no way I'm doing an hour long chapters with my eyeballs.
Yeah, no, I understand. That makes
sense. It really depends on the book. I feel like there are books that I'm like, you can give me the chunkiest chapter and I don't want it to end. This is so interesting. Let's never leave this place. This story is interesting. Obviously you have to because it's a book and you would get bored. Let's never leave this moment though, because bad things are going to happen. And then there are books that's
I think
3 pages long and I want it over already.
I think what was messing me up is that the book reads so quickly that I couldn't understand why the chapters were so long.
Yeah.
That's where the
Mhm.
disconnect is coming, because I've read books, fantasy books, which this would be like fantasy, that had really long chapters, but it like there was just like a lot of information. I just feel like this book reads so quickly that I was like, I don't understand why we have hour-long chapters with like 2 or 3 chapter breaks in them.
That's true. Yeah, it does have like pauses, like
Yeah.
in where you're like, this could have been the end of a chapter. I
Like,
didn't even think
right,
about that.
like one chapter could have been broken into like 4.
Yeah. Ugh. Oh well. Well, I'm glad you're getting through it. But Margaret, I know you're going to be doing some working sprints today.
I get to make phone calls, which everyone I'm calling, they're lovely. I just phone calls.
Phone
Right.
calls.
I could have a worse job, but calling people out of the blue, you kind of have to work up to. And I've been working up to this since 9 a.m. this morning, so it's time to actually buckle down and get stuff done.
Okay, we believe in you. You can do it. We'll keep you on task. Also, it's lovely to see everybody in the comments. I've been highlighting your comments as we go, just so we don't miss anyone. But I will pause and go back to a few. So, Sisters of the Lost Nation, I want to read that. So let me know what you think. And then also there was one more that caught my eye as I was going through. Oh, Denise is reading The Man Who Died Twice. So the only reason why this caught me is because 1, it's Thursday Murder Club, but 2, this is the second book in the series. And because I just did my Goodreads Choice Award predictions video and I was looking into this wasn't featured on the Goodreads Choice Awards the year it came out. In like 2021. The Thursday Murder Club itself didn't either. They are fall publications, but still I was like, I feel like that's crazy because this book has like a 4.37 rating on Goodreads.
Yeah, it's like a beloved series.
Yeah,
like
so
I'm scared to read it because like it's such a beloved series that I don't want to not like it.
Mm-hmm.
That was me with not the Luminaries, the Hunting Moon last year, because I read the Hunting Moon because I thought that the Luminaries had been on the YA fantasy list for Goodreads last year, and then it wasn't, and I was like, what? Because Luminaries hadn't been the year before, and I was like, this feels like, because she's a big author, I was like, this feels weird. This feels really weird. I mean, I loved for the most part, I loved the list that we got. There were a few there that like deserved to be there, but should have been adult fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
And one that was there, and I was like, the first book was better. So that's
making up for lost time kind of thing. And it's like, well, you should have done the other book because that was better. But whatever.
It's Taheramathi. The first book was on the list, and I read it because I knew it had been on last year's list, and that book was fantastic. Like, it got 5 stars. The sequel got 2 stars. Just like, what happened here? What happened?
Yeah. Well, hello, ML. Welcome from your campus office. Hope things are going well. Also, we've got Alicia. Hello. Just started Boo Boo by Renee Gutteridge. Waiting on pizza. Oh my gosh, pizza sounds delicious right now. Illness is getting better. That's good. And oh my gosh, you're working on Turn of the Screw. I see, if I'm not feeling well, the last thing I'm going to do is pick up like a classic. That's not something I would be as interested in doing. Yeah, I'd be like, I want to feel better, not worse. But also, yeah, I was like, you know what? Some people find classics comforting, just not me. Sammy's here too. Hello. We've got Hazelnut. We've also got Kelsey. Hello. I see that you're reading What Have You Done? This is for the B&K Book Club, and there are going to be sprints tonight, actually, on Kelsey's channel. My intention is to transport you all to Kelsey, unless, Margaret, you were saying you were tentatively going to be sprinting tonight. No.
Tuesday night sprints are tentative because I plan on sprinting when I don't have D&D, but I have D&D tonight.
So she's not
D&D. Today was supposed to be a sprint day, but I was evacuating last Tuesday, so I was like, we're not gonna. I haven't had any time to prep anything, which is not any different from when I usually go into sessions. But I was like, there's nothing. I was up at 3 a.m. It's just let's not.
Yeah, but you also were like at somebody else's house then.
I was at somebody else's house, and like, I don't know, there's something about doing weird voices that is okay in my office, but not with my cousins in the next room.
Yeah, and then being like, that's just Margaret being
what's Margaret?
Margaret.
What's Margaret doing? And they already think I'm weird. I'm the nerdy kid that reads.
Yeah.
So
I know. Can you believe it? We read for fun. What?
Wow.
Also, Jay is here. Have you on my iPad? Ooh. Oh, you're watching the men's football as well. And you're listening to Hear No Evil by Sarah Smith, third of the way through. We've got Jill here. Hello, Jill. Also, Rose here. Jamie's here too, finishing up editing and a video. Oh my gosh, good for you. I need to edit my video. I still haven't. I need to get to it. I feel like I'm ahead and then I just don't edit the video. And it's like, you're not ahead unless the video's done. But you're heading out for a walk. That sounds lovely. Also, Eva's here. Hello, Eva. Just got back. Speaking of walking, hot girl walk. Yes, I went for a walk earlier this morning myself. Oh my gosh, 5 degrees Celsius, 42 Fahrenheit. That's the same thing for me this morning. It was like 45 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, about 5 or 6 degrees Celsius. It's getting cold.
for Eva, it's the evening.
Oh yeah, because yours is like in the evening. Time zone.
So for Eva, like you've had all day to warm up, and 42 is the best you've gotten to.
That's true. Okay, Aoife, you win the temperature battle. Trying to finish A Dark and Drowning Tide. Awesome, Kellen. Happy harvesting, Michael. Woohoo! And you're working though, but you might try and listen to a little bit of a Fabelin book. I love the double.
Nice.
Yes. Hello, Michaela. Homesick. Oh my gosh, another person sick, but you're reading, hanging out with us. I'm sorry that everyone's getting sick. It's just that time of year, I think. Hello, Rainy. Still reading A Rain of Rose. Awesome. Nice. Hello, Livia. Hello, Steph. You're going to be reading a bit before getting ready to go bowling. Oh my gosh. I actually went bowling a few months ago for like a work event. Like we were saying like goodbye to a coworker who was off, to go somewhere else. And she wanted to go bowling. That was what her away party was. And I was like, I haven't bowled in a long time. That sounds fun. Yeah.
I used to do it a lot with friends, but we not anymore.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah. I when I was really young, so this was like elementary school, I was in a bowling league. I had my own bowling ball made for me. It was a Rugrats ball. Had my name engraved on it. Yeah, I thought I was pretty cool.
I had a little Tweety Bird bowling ball because we used to do a bowling summer camp every summer. And it was like, it was like a 6-pound ball.
Yeah.
But it was custom made for me and everything.
I used it for
the longest time.
Hello Kitty. Look, all three of us. I love how we're bonding over that.
I was in a bowling league in like middle school, but like I tried to get my Opa to buy me like the American Girl doll that was like the bowling, like with the bowling set. Cause like they had like the magnetic ball that would attach to their hand.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
I did not know that.
Yeah, like they had like a bowling glove that you put on because bowlers wear gloves, and then the ball would magnetize to their hand, like they were actually like holding it. I mean, I didn't get that, but I did have a Hello Kitty bowling ball, and it was probably only like 6 or 8 pounds. Like it wasn't a large.
We weren't strong children.
It was for a 4-foot something child who did not grow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So speaking of the Thursday Murder Club, so Aoife, I knew this. I knew him as a presenter and kind of a comedian on like Would I Lie to You? He was also on Taskmaster. And I will say I prefer his entertainment, him as like on TV, then I'm not as big of a fan of a Thursday Murder Club. But I love him when he's on the panel shows. Massive in the UK, which is surprising. Yeah. Like I literally don't understand why the first 2 weren't nominated. I was like, the first one, it was published in I think September. So clear, like, maybe we weren't aware of how big it was going to be. But by the second, everyone was like waiting for the second to come out. So I'm like, so Goodreads dropped a ball on that one. But
and you can nominate, like if it's published too late, I think they just nominate you for the next year.
For the next year, yeah.
Like,
but there's like a cutoff where it has to be November, like it's like November something, and his books come out in the fall, like September, so it couldn't, like it was for this year or not. So anyway, very weird. From Dead to Worse, awesome. Hello, Anouk, how are you? You're reading First Light Wins, another one that I think is clearly going to be on the Goodreads Choice Awards. Speaking of, hello, Jamie. Also, Rope Crewman's here doing exercise. A lot of us are exercising or we are sick. That seems to be what's going on today. Oh, got yourself an early birthday present, Glenda. Very nice. Yeah, your birthday's the 20th. I'm pretty sure you said.
Oh,
maybe
nice.
I'm off, but I know it's somewhere around there. Sounds lovely. You bought Deja Brew. That sounds perfect for the season 2, 3rd book in the Elemental Love series. Hello, Jamie. Listening to Goddess of Filth on your walk. Then you're finishing Bury Your Gaze. 2 books that I really enjoyed. Oh my gosh, Jamie, you are me in the present. I guess me from the past, you in the present, whatever that means. Kind of meh about the Thursday. I know. See, I hate to say it. I know that he's very well loved. So like, that's, I know I'm in the minority. I just didn't really vibe with his books. I'm excited to try his We Solve Murders because I hear it's different. Like, it's very different. It's not as cozy, and not cozy with a capital C, like the genre, but just not as like, comfy. So I think I might like it better. Bowling alley in my hometown. That was a summer hangout spot. I know. Yeah. Like, everybody's birthdays were the bowling alley or the skating rink, like the roller rink. Oh my gosh. It was called Spinners. Yeah. Good times. Bowling once for a friend's birthday. Discovered I have even less hand-eye coordination. Yeah. Sounds about right.
Bumpers exist for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. Just use the bumpers.
Right. I think this is someone who at one point did not have to use the bumpers. I am a very good bumper bowler.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Or I remember we had a few people who went the granny route, did the granny bowl, and I was like, you know what? You do you. And they got strikes. They actually did it. I was like, this is crazy. Anyway, hello Tuesday. How are you? Oh my gosh, I have my own bowling ball too. Scooby-Doo. I'm so jealous of that. It glows. Oh my gosh, and it glows if you go cosmic bowling. I love that.
I don't have anymore. I don't know. I said, I don't know what I did with mine. I don't have it anymore, but I don't remember getting rid of it, right?
I know. I'm wondering that too.
I feel like mine got lost in like a move or something. Like,
yeah.
But I know that I had one because I was in like 7th grade. It was like between 6th and 7th grade. And my opa was like, you need to do something in the summertime. And I wasn't old enough for detasseling. And I didn't want to do that shit anyway. Although I did do detasseling in high school and it was terrible. But if you don't know what that is, that's when you go out and tassel corn husks. Like, you go out to the cornfields and you detassel them. You have to do that before they can be harvested. So they paid us to do it, but like the high schoolers usually did it.
Huh.
So we had to find something else to do in middle school because I think now they let some middle schoolers do the detasseling, but when I was younger they didn't. You had to be, I think, in 9th grade to do it.
I love the idea of it being like as kind of, because we all come from different types of like growing up experiences, that we've got these connections that we are all like, yeah, we did that, and then there are other things where like, nope, I did not do that. But that sounds really fun. And I didn't know this about the podcast. I'm starring at IFA because I'm sure I would really enjoy that, because genuinely I love him on all of the panel shows I've watched. 2 chapters left of Magic Lessons. Sounds great. Kind of want a Superman bowling ball now, just so I can confuse people and saying once a week, I'm going to the Super Bowl. I would love that. Want to get to Bury Your Gaze soon. I got it in the Aardvark this month, and I know everyone, like, it's really fun. Like, there are some really campy moments, and just some great social commentary on it. So I really enjoyed that, as well as Goddess of Filth. That one has some great social commentary too.
I got an arc of Bury Your Gaze, and I give it 5 stars.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was honestly, it was my first experience with Chuck Tingle, and I want to go back and try Damascus after this. But anywho, we've reached the end of the comments. We had a little bit of a longer chatty bit this time, but we had fun. We talked about bowling. We talked about everything under the sun. Yeah. We're here to relax this Tuesday. But I am going to make us tiny. Kind of tiny, not as tiny as we could be, but it's fine. And enjoy the scenery as we go for an hour-long sprint. So we'll see everybody in an hour. Thanks for spending time with us. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is your reminder to double check your water. Do you have a snack? Should you be going for maybe a little bit of a walk on these 15 minutes before we get back to productivity? Before we let you know how we did, there's just a few people who came in that I want to say hello to. Also, Sam had mentioned that she DNF'd the Thursday Murder Club. I have to say, so Denise, I'm so glad you're enjoying book 2. But that's where I DNF'd the series, and I'm so sorry to say that, but I'm so glad that you're enjoying it. So you're not alone. Also, Cassidy stopped by. Hello, Cassidy. I hope you're doing well. Cassidy also just posted her vlog where she was reading like vampire fantasies all week. So you guys should definitely go. Yeah, it looks really good. I still haven't. I'm so behind on watching book 2, but it's one of my priority watches this week. And then also Roman numerals. Yeah, sometimes you got to pause and be like, what do all of those I's and V's and L's mean? So, yeah, you'll figure it out. Or as you said, you've got the audio time. Queen Victoria has joined us, decorating while watching this. Meanwhile, Victoria, I don't know if you know, but there is Victober in your honor of all things. So you might want to check that out. It's with Books and Things. Katie's hosting it. Yeah. Hello, Danny. Joined us late. Absolutely no worries. You're reading How to Solve My Own Murder. Is that what it's called? I always keep calling it How to Solve Your Own Murder. Maybe I'm like, How to Solve Your Own Murder. That's what it's called. But I keep mixing the your and my also. I finished my pages for that today. Hello, Bethany. You're reading Prince of Wolves by Quinn Loftus, and you're working too. I know it's always it's nice that we have audio that we can kind of juggle things while we're at work. Hello, Jen. Welcome. You're also working. You're on the West Coast, so it's a bit early for you. Progressing through the Virago book of Victorian ghost stories. Speaking of, Victorian things, and Sweet Bean Paste, which we talked about, and I know that is a Japanese translation. Hello, Infinite Library. Late, but you're here. Yeah, no worries. You're reading Devil's Day by Andrew Michael Hurley this evening. Sounds great. Thanks for spending your evening with us. Hello, Tracy. You're rereading The White Knight. Ooh, Second in the Graveyard, classified trilogy by Desmond Doane. Interesting. Doane. Could be that. I've never heard of it, but I'm glad that you're rereading it. I reread a book last week. It's something I don't do very often. Also, Vanessa popped in. Hello, Vanessa. Thanks for stopping by. You're doing some work, though, this afternoon. No worries. We'll keep you company. And then we've got Chris. Hi, Chris. Glad you could join us. Yeah, we all love to see Chris here. Also, how did we do? Well, I ended up getting probably like a chapter and a half in The Secret Place. I always read Tana French slowly when I have her physically, just because it's like a lot of information. It's beautiful. Like, she's a very strong writer, but it takes me a little bit longer. Like, it's not like I can read like 60 pages in 60 minutes or anything like that. But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. Neva, how did you do?
Oh, I didn't read. So that's good. I realized that I've missed like 5 or 6 episodes of this podcast that I listened to during Halloween time. So I was doing that, but the first episode I missed, which from like last week, because they give us a new you get a new episode every other day this year.
Mm-hmm.
Their upload schedule for this podcast changes, and I don't tend to like promote this podcast because I don't necessarily agree with some of the practices of the people that run this podcast.
Okay, yeah, then you don't have to tell us the name.
But it's just like creepy, like Halloween stories, but I can't listen to these at night or I will not sleep.
So you're catching up now.
Yeah, I was catching up on that. And it was creepy. So honestly, it was actually like scary. Like, I'm sitting in like a brightly lit room and my heart is like pounding. And then I just colored on my iPad.
Ah, nice. Cozy sprint. A creepy cozy sprint.
Right.
I'll call it. Yeah. Margaret, how productive were you? How many calls were you able to make?
I think I got through, hold on, I'm literally sending a text to the last person that I made a call to. I think I got through like 7 calls out of a list of probably about 70. So we're 10% of the way.
10%.
And we set up an appointment, which is good.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? Slowly making those phone calls. Honestly, they eat up time more than you probably think too.
They do. I mean, the best case scenario for me is I get to leave a voicemail and they just call me back. Or they're like, I'm happy with my plan. I don't need to get in touch with Margaret. It's fine. That's actually best case scenarios. They're just like, now we don't need to make any changes. Everything's fine. But I do like to, I call and I check in with people because things can change. Doctors change, medications change, all of that stuff. So,
yeah, no, I'm sure they appreciate it, especially when they do want to make a change. It's like, oh my gosh, thank you for calling because yes.
Year to year, Medicare Advantage plans are year-to-year contracts. So if I have someone who's on an Advantage plan, there can be major changes between 1 year and the next year. So if that's the route that they want to go, I want to make sure that they're still on the best plan for them.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I'm sure they should appreciate it if they don't. But also, I'll appreciate it for now. I was gonna say, I was like, we appreciate you, Margaret. So there we are.
Usually they do. It was really funny. One of the people that hasn't picked up for my dad for years and years picked up for me, and I was like, he just likes me better.
Yeah, I just have something about me.
So
I need to. Speaking of BookTube, I was just promoting Cassidy's new video. I need to just catch up on BookTube. So good for you, Sammy.
I did. I watched Cassidy's video last night. I watched it, and then I also caught up on Battle of the Booktuber because I was behind.
Which
so I caught up on
today, the next round.
Yeah, and I knew I needed to be caught up by today because I knew a new week was starting. Cassidy's video was super fun, to be honest. I'm really bad at commenting on people's videos, but I do watch them.
Yeah, I mean, listen, watching, enjoying them, you don't have to comment every time, especially if you don't really have any thoughts beyond, I enjoyed it. That's cool. Yeah. But Abs watched Bree's video, which is also a book haul. We love to see those. Danny read 2 chapters.
Better to watch Brianna haul books than for me to haul them.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, exactly. I'm I will live vicariously through her. It's fine.
I don't have any more room for books. We are officially out of. I either have to part with some of these, or I have to get more bookshelves.
Yeah, working at a library, there's one benefit. We do 2 staff purchases per year. And because we get our books through Ingram, and as we are a library, we get 40% off. So I did end up doing a book haul. We had to have our choices in this week. So I sent the person who's doing it a list being could you put me on the list for these books? Thank you so much. But they're all, I think all of them except for one are books I've read that I don't own. I read them from the library, loved it. So I'm good job, Leandra. You're not
This is why I don't do book hauls, is because 9 times out of 10, when I go buy books, it's books that I've read that I just want on my shelf.
Yeah.
So I'm I don't feel I think the last book haul I did was during August because I actually did buy a bunch of books that I didn't own, or I hadn't read, but I don't do book hauls simply, and people have asked me to do that, and I'm I feel like they would be so boring because you already heard me talk about these books. So it would just be me being oh, I bought 12 books this month that I've already read that I just wanted displayed on my shelf.
Oh, see, hauls just do so well that, and I will, if I read a book and I like it enough to buy it, I won't shut up about it. So I'm just give me another chance to talk about it. Let's go. Let's do this again.
Yeah, ha. I get to talk about this book one more time.
Oh,
and
look,
it shows how much you liked it, though.
It's another copy of Little Thieves.
What?
I don't know what this is about.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And honestly, those Illumicrate, is it Illumicrate or that's the edition that I think
is cool. They're downstairs because they went with me during the hurricane.
Smart.
But
you honestly protect those things with your life.
I have the Illumicrate editions of the first 2, and I'm part of why I have an Illumicrate subscription is there are 2 series right now that I wanted. That and the Luminaries. I wanted the Illumicrate editions of those books. Because they're just so pretty. So
yeah, I just got my probably smut editions of the Maple Hill series. So Icebreaker, Wildfire, and Daydream. They're so pretty. They're still in the box. I opened them and I unwrapped them so I could look at them, and then I put them back in the box.
I have a couple that I still need to unbox because I was like, I'm gonna unbox these in specific videos. We haven't made that video yet, and it's been a year.
I know. It's always like a plan, and you're like, oh, that's right, I meant to do that video. Hazelnut, House of Salt and Sorrows. I read Small Favors, and I really enjoyed that. I actually I think I gave that to you, Neva, to read.
Yes, the audiobook just came through this morning because I had it on hold. Nice. So I'm probably gonna have to prioritize that after Soulless because I'm not really trying to play Libby Chicken, to be honest.
Yeah, no, understandable. It can be stressful. Speaking of Libby Chicken, God of the Woods, that's also on my list to read. I've got the physical book from the library, but I also think I have the audio from Libby. So we'll see if I get to it. Listening more to my audiobook, Sisters of the Lost Nation. I want to read that. 15 pages, that sprint. Awesome. Hello, Jenny. Welcome. Also, welcome, Maggie. I saw your comment earlier, but we didn't get to comment on it. I read 11% of First Light Wins. Are you enjoying it like the masses? Because so many people love that book. That has like over 500,000 ratings, or maybe it's like 300,000, something crazy. It's got a lot of ratings. Have about 30 pages left of What Have You Done, but have to run out for groceries quickly. Ooh, I'm very intrigued to know what you think, Kelsey, about this book, because I've actually read it. It's one of the rare times I actually get to have read a book that B&K Book Club is doing. Hello, Cherie. Oh my gosh, great to see you. Going to start A Fatal Affair. Ooh, by A.R. Torres, maybe? Or is it Torre? 40 pages into the women. Haven't started my workout yet. Oh my gosh, Rope Crewman. That's okay. You'll get to it in the next sprint. Had dinner, read some more. 50% of The House Witch. What are you thinking about it? Oh, hello, Laura. Oh my gosh, and you're reading The House Witch too. Oh my gosh. Also, hope you're doing well. I know that I saw your Instagram post. I know that your injury and everything has just kind of been slow going, but we're thinking about you. Giving cozy Knights of the Round Table, but from the kitchen's POV. With witches, what? Oh my gosh. Okay.
Nice.
I'm too much into an impulse buyer. Just see a pretty cover or a trope, a theme I like, and yoink it right off the shelf. We've all been there. It's
just do what I do and develop just an utter distaste for the books you don't like and a fear of owning books you don't like. And then you don't buy them unless you know you like them.
Oh yeah.
See, YouTube became my job, and so now Ryan is like, well, you need books. I'm like,
Ryan, what an enabler.
I don't have, or that I haven't read that I own. And he was like, it's and then like it really gave him incentive because like this month there's 8 books off my physical TBR that I'm supposed to read. Will I get to all of them? I don't think so. But like, and he was like, well, now what are you gonna do after you read these 8 books? And I was like, I have 50 other ones to
yeah, that's how I've been too. I've been like, you know what? Like I've had so many books that I don't know, they've been on my TBR for years. I bought them right when they came out. So brand new, spent the most money you could on the book. And then I DNF it or I hated it. And I was like, oh, I'm so mad at past Leandra. So I think I've gotten better about being careful with my book buying. Like this year, I think there's been like 1 or 2 books that I've purchased that I realized I really didn't like. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. It's also on Spotify if you need just round it out. Oh, okay, that's good to know. Hello, Carissa. Good to see you. And finished your book. Congratulations. Woohoo. First person to finish a book today, I think. Maybe. Also, Meredith. Hello. How are you? Hope you're doing well. You're getting ready for work. Okay, well, I hope your workday goes well. Have a lovely Wednesday as we continue our Tuesday. And on that note, I feel really proud of myself. We reached the end of the comments. Wait, quickly. One more. 15 seconds left. Can I read? Hello, Heather. Reading Inheritance by Nora Roberts. Still battling the no voice. At least the cold is gone, yes. And at least you've got a book to keep you company. And us. We'll talk for you. How does that sound? Okay, great to have you. And
Good.
Woohoo! Okay, we'll see everybody in an hour. We'll let the cat go. Woohoo! Anyways, I feel really good. Okay, bye. Hello, welcome back, everybody. I know that we had a few people join us. I saw that Rebecca came in. Also, Jess woke up not too long ago, just having a chill day after 12-hour sprints yesterday. Understandable, because it was your birthday sprint, post birthday, but still having fun with that. And I still need to send you a post birthday gift in the mail, actually. House of Leaves hooked me good, but it required many, many brain cells. Yeah, I haven't read House of Leaves. I'm a bit intimidated by it. Also, reading in the Garden, aka My Mother, is here. The Angsana Tree Mystery. My mom loves this series to death. She has been anticipating this book for so long, so I'm glad that you're excited about it. Also, hello, Teresa. Glad you could come. And it looks like after Teresa joined, we now have updates. So I'll pause for the updates. We'll check in to see how you guys did after we tell you how we did. I ended up making myself some decaf coffee because I need the illusion that I'm getting caffeine. Like, I need to pretend that it's going to wake me up. And I ended up getting like another chapter, and I'm in like a chunky chapter where they're like interviewing every girl at the school and trying to trick her into telling them something about. Anyways, I like the idea of this, like, boarding school setting, and like the police are trying to like sift through all the cliques and the drama. So I'm having a good time with it. But Neva, what did you get up to? A little bit more podcast listening, some more drawing?
I took a shower because I'm freezing. So
can warm you up.
I took a shower, and I had to go get Ari from the bus. So I took a shower.
You only took showers in the night.
Listen, dude, my toes, I couldn't even feel them. So I took a shower.
How were you walking when you couldn't get me?
Because I took a shower, which melted my toes. So I took a
shower. Get to the bathroom if you couldn't feel your toes.
I walked there. Thank you, though. I did read a little bit on my Kindle, but it wasn't soulless. I read a little bit of Corrupt on my Kindle. I don't know if I really am enjoying this book or not, but that's fine.
You show me what I need to do, because
I will. Go eat your cheese, and then I'll show you what you need to do. And then I walked and got Ari from the bus, so we just arrived back at the house.
Woohoo!
Nice.
How did you do, Margaret?
I made a couple more calls, looked into some things for my client. So I had to like look some stuff up because he's concerned about some coverage for next year. And I was like, well, you know what? I have to look at the evidence of coverage and find this for you. And I went and I found it. But I did set up another appointment. We have another potential appointment depending on what we find for some other stuff. But yeah, that was what we got.
You know what? Making progress in different directions. Exactly.
Making progress. And if it doesn't go as quickly as I would like this year, that's fine. We had 2 hurricanes. It's putting everyone behind.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Especially even trying to contact people. There's probably some people who just won't get back to you because they're like, I've got too many things to focus on.
That was part of it. I mean, I could have been making these calls Wednesday, Thursday, and Thursday. I was driving Friday, so not so much Friday, but like Wednesday and Thursday. But I was like, they're dealing with the same stuff that I'm dealing with. They're not going to want to answer their phone while they are sitting waiting to see if a hurricane comes through.
Yeah.
Normally last week is when I'm making all those calls.
They don't have time to think about their insurance when they're wondering if they're going to have a house. So
yeah. And the number of people that I have talked with, they've been like, yeah, I wasn't even like, I'm just now sitting down to look at that stuff. So I've got a couple people. I'm like, I'll call you on Monday. Why don't we just talk on Monday? Because I know you just sat down and got everything going. So yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. One day at a time. It's going to be fine. But yeah, nice. Let's see. Now I can return to seeing how other people did. 23 pages. Great. Then hubby came home. Well, you know what? Then you probably had to do some social productivity, check in on his day. He checked in on yours. Thank you for the question, Brandy. I hope your meeting goes well. So I ended up answering her in the comments, but we have one more sprint here for an hour. I'll make sure I might have to do it as 45, depending on how long we talk, because I don't want us to go over and miss Kelsey's. But I set up the redirect, so then we'll be going over to Kelsey's, and she'll be sprinting. So yeah. Will be a good time. Finished Goddess of Filth. Liked it. 3.5 stars. Awesome. Yeah, when I read it, I think I ended up giving it 4.5, but I was coming off of a 1 star. And so I will acknowledge that I may have just been like, thank gosh, this book is not the 1 star that I read before.
This is just better than what I read last time.
Yeah, like there's definitely like the influence of rating, especially immediately rating, will come from books that you just read beforehand. Like 100%. I'll admit it. That's why it's subjective. It's among the reasons why.
That's why I don't always give ratings right away. Sometimes I sit on it. Like I really like y'all saw me finish Magnolia Parks The Long Way Home, and I said it was 6 stars because that's what I felt like in the moment. But I did sit with it.
Yeah.
For like a full day before I actually went into Storygraph and put my rating. I mean, it was still a 6 star, but I just wanted to make sure that it actually was, because I was so upset by the way it ended that I was like, maybe it's not a 6 star.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that maybe, that maybe we just get an explanation for why she chose to end it that way.
Isn't there another book coming?
Yes, I have another Daisy Hates book to read, and then there's one more Magnolia Parks. But the last Magnolia Parks, which is something I think it's Magnolia Parks in the Dark or something.
Yeah.
Into the Dark. It's something like that. That one is like the conclusion of Magnolia and BJ. But we're supposed to have, I think, 2 or 3 more Daisy Hates books come out. That's enough milk. That is enough milk. Daisy Hates books come out before the universe is like done with.
Okay. Well, more trauma, more things to be upset by probably as you continue the series. Enchiladas sounds delicious. Oh my gosh. I know. I guess it is like for some people it'll be like Taco Tuesday if they're doing tacos. Finished editing a video. Awesome, Jamie. And you finished a book. Oh my gosh. Watched Danny's video, read 34 pages of The Spell Shop, another book that everyone's absolutely adoring. And a good reminder for those of you who have now caught up on round 4 for Battle of the Booktubers, might be the time to do it. On top of that, Danny has a non-new releases video that I know she was posting today. So I'm excited to watch that. 23 minutes left of God of the Woods. And it's good. Una, have you read anything else by this author, Una? Because I read Long Bright River. And I'd love to hear a comparison, like if you're comparing the two. That cat startles me every time. Oh, Teresa, I'm sorry. It's spooky season. This is the only time it's appropriate to be startled. So I do apologize, but also mwahaha. Dying. Exactly. Like, you know what? It is what it is. I usually feel badly when it's like a cat or a dog, like someone's pet is like, what's going on? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I caused mayhem in your entire household.
Usually the first round, I'm like, that's right. Like, how did a cat? Nope, cat's not in. It's fine. It's fine. But other than that.
In my dreams. That's why in the background, like if you guys see, I've got like 2 cats. I purposely put 2 cats there. I want all the cats. I just want them in my home, but it's fine. 50 pages and 100 pages left. Awesome. Also, I did notice, Infinite Library, that you did your own Goodreads Choice Awards video. So if people are looking for more content, check it out. Ate dinner, read 4%. Ooh, you're very close to the end, Denise. I hope you enjoy it all the way through the end. Hello, how are you? Alino, I'm assuming. Alino Lilo. Let me know how you want to be addressed. Reading The Eyes Are the Best Part. I read that this past week. I really enjoyed it. The descriptions of the eyeballs and how they would feel to be eaten was a lot. So yeah, it was very descriptive. And I was like, how do you know this? It was really good though. Sisters of the Lost Nation, 34%. Okay, you're a third of the way through. Switched to an audiobook, working on diamond painting. Lovely. I still haven't dabbled in the diamond painting. I know. I should one day try it. Another 60 pages.
More things to do. I don't need more things to do.
I know. It's like, it's one of those things where how many hobbies, like I want to start crocheting. I was telling people the other day that I want to learn how to do that. So I will say that's kind of the top of my priority. I say that, and I've done nothing to get started on it, but I would like to do
get
it.
back into crocheting.
Yeah, it feels like a nice thing to do with your hands. I don't know.
It is.
Yeah. Alicia is in between two reads, thinking about either a Tessa Bailey, so, fun, romance, not something to take too seriously, or a nonfiction, which likely is something to take very seriously. So, Oh, speaking of, I'm tempted to try to pick up a nonfiction this week for like the very big bonus of like the side quest.
Yeah, I was like, listen, if we're doing asking people to read a nonfiction, because we're in a library. We're in a library. There's going to be that nerdy kid that's going to be like, oh, the special collection. Have you seen that? And like, they'll know everything about that one item. There's going to be that nerdy kid at the party. I was like, we're in the like hard to get into. You have to have a librarian escort you into this room where everything is curated. It's kind of like a museum. We got to have something for acknowledging the nerdy kids.
And like, to read a nonfiction in a week. I think for a lot of people, for me, and maybe it's just because I don't read nonfiction a lot, but I feel like to read a nonfiction in a week is like way more impressive than to read like a fiction book in a couple of days, just because
it gives you an excuse to listen to it on audio.
Yeah, that's true. You could totally listen to it on audio.
Because I honestly prefer to consume nonfiction in audiobook form.
Yeah. And you can find, memoirs count as nonfiction. You can find really short nonfiction books to read. Like, it doesn't have to be the Hamilton biography, right? Like, there's a lot of stuff that's nice and short and easy to get through, and stuff that's really written well. So, and also, you gotta know other nonfic somehow.
There's nonfiction for everything. Like, I feel like people think nonfiction and they think like textbooks, but like you can like just what are you interested in? Find something that you're interested in. Like, if you like to declutter, find a book about decluttering.
Read Marie Kondo's book.
Like
a comedian. Read a comedian's book.
Or like if you have a favorite actor or actress that has written a memoir.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. Someone that you idolize or someone you're interested in. Like, there's a lot of nonfiction out there for sure. Also, Sam, I hope you have fun on your vacation. I know you leave in a few days. And Teresa, you cataloging that whole entire TBR, something I will do eventually. And also Renee finished book. Woohoo! Congratulations, Renee. Let's see here. Xenocide, oh my gosh, by Orson Scott Card, and doing laundry. That sounds pretty intense. Not reading, playing Animal Crossing. You know what? That is productive. That's a cozy sprint. We totally accept that. One day I'll partake in that. But when I'm hosting, I'm like, I don't want to play a computer game while I'm hosting. Let's see here. Just about halfway through your book. That is exciting, especially because it's almost 500 pages. That is insane. I want to be a chunky reader, but I'm just not. Let's see, to chapter 18-ish. Can't decide if there are ghosts or if the main character's having a reality break. I love that. I love it when you're like, I can't. Yeah. I kind of hope it's ghosts. I always hope that they're not actually having a breakdown.
Oh, I feel like there are days that I'll be like, am I losing it? Or is there something in my house that's not me? When you put something away or something seems to move, and you put it there, but it's not.
Oh yeah. For me, it's like when I like hear something move in my apartment, and I'm just like, did something shift? What? I'm the only person in here, so no, nothing else should happen. But yeah, exactly. It's like, is this haunted? Like, we always think like old places being haunted, but I'm like, my apartment, I guess, could be haunted.
That's part of why I don't like being in this house by myself.
Yeah. Like double checking the doors are locked, although ghosts don't care about that.
No, I'm more worried about, like, obviously my brain goes, I'm here by myself. If someone's going to break in, there's no one else to put in front of anyone that tries to break in.
Yeah. Body shield. You want a body shield.
Yeah, that's what people, I just happen to know that, like, people are more likely to break in when it looks like there's less people there or there's no one there. And if it's just me.
Yeah, I will say that I go between phases where I like have all of my lights on in my apartment and I'm like,
Mhm.
just look like every room is being
Yep.
used. It's fine. But yeah.
Yeah, I have
Hello,
a
Krista.
system for what lights go on when, so it looks like people are still here.
Yeah, like when you're on vacation. Yeah, people do that when they're on vacation. Totally.
Yeah,
It looks like
so
Krista's
keep it
reading Home
on.
Before Dark, though. Speaking of,
Nice.
that's perfect for the way we were talking. She's also a contestant in round 4, by the way, friends.
Hey.
Let me see if I can get through a few more comments before we decide to go off on our final sprint. I may have to pick and choose, friends, but I'll try to highlight the big ones. Finished Empire of the Vampire and had that problem. It was only a 2-star after a 5-star. That's what, yeah, literally, it can be a flip where you read something great. So then you're being a bit harsh on the book you read afterwards. Finished my Act 2 book. Very nice. My Act 1 book, and I just submitted both for Phelan. Awesome. It's your first Liz Moore. Oh my gosh, no worries. Well, I can recommend Long Bright River to you, and it sounds like you can recommend God of the Woods to me. So we'll just have to compare when we both read those. Yes,
Same.
woohoo. Fantasy and horror. I love that.
I
I'm
read
especially interested
everything,
in the horror
but
stuff.
fantasy
Mhm.
is my like home. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
fantasy is my home genre. All of the other genres, like I'll go on trips there, but it always comes back to fantasy.
No, I understand that. Well, that's how it is with me for mystery. I'm like, I sometimes I need a break, but I always come back to it. So yeah, I think I've read quite a few fantasy this year that will be on the Goodreads Choice Awards, and I'm like, who am I? I'm like, this is crazy.
Nice.
I know. Very weird. But you're crocheting while you watch us. See, that's what I want. I want to be that person who can just kind of crochet while I'm watching. Okay, so Aline, Lino, or Lilo are my nicknames. So everything you said was actually correct. Oh, well,
I love
well.
it. Very nice.
Yeah, I'm really glad. Okay, because I was like, I'll just say the entire thing. If you want to learn to knit, I've got you. See, yeah, I think I want to learn to crochet and then knit. Maybe that's the
Come to the hook side with me.
Listen, I
yes. I
know
want
how to knit, but like me and crocheting did not get along. Like I tried, I did 4 rows, and then I was like, you know what? We'll just diamond paint instead. But now I keep seeing those freaking, are they called like woobles or whatever? The little like animal things. They're like kits that you buy, and they're like already, it's like already started for you, and then
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
it. And I'm like, now I want to buy them.
Yeah, I'm
It's
still
myself
working
Very cute.
feel
on
like
learning
I
to
know how to
crochet,
crochet.
but I do know how to crochet, so I can help you with that one.
And this is what they're called because I did learn that.
Yeah.
And then abs, to answer your question, yes, it will count as food because she does eat them. Like the eyeballs, we'll count them as food. I mean, she's holding them with like chopsticks, which I love. So yes,
So
I'm gonna
don't read
count
that
them as
book.
food on the cover. Okay, well, now that question, that very important question is out of the way, I think we're just going to hop into our next sprint. I'll look through the comments that I didn't get to highlight and see if if I can respond to any of them.
Okay.
But on that note,
I'm gonna hop off because I need
right.
to leave. So
Mhm.
I've got to actually leave my house today.
Oh my gosh, a pain, but it has to be done. No worries.
It does, but
Thanks for
thank you so much
being
for
here.
having me.
Yeah, of
Bye.
course, always. Bye. And then there were 2. I think we're good. Oh, you know what? I'm so glad that she stopped us because I do think I'm going to change this to 45 just to make sure that we have a little wriggle room. So if we do get talking, we can still send you guys over to Kelsey without missing the start of hers. So we're going to do that. Okay, let me hide the banner, even though we all should do self care, maybe handle that before we go into the sprint. See what kind of replenishing you need to do. And yeah, Neva and I will see you guys when we get back. Happy sprinting. Hello, welcome. Oh my gosh, that like startled me. I was like prepared and I was like, I'll read a little bit longer. And then suddenly time was up. Well, we've got about 15 minutes until Kelsey's sprint start. So that's when we're going to send you guys over there. We might send you guys early if we're not as chatty. But I did notice that Greta, hello. It really has been quite some time, but you know what? That's okay. I'm sure life has been really busy. You're currently reading a manga for a secret video that will be hopefully air in the next couple of weeks. Oh my gosh, well, that's great. I also know that you finished your manga. Now you're off to film a discussion clip for the video. I hope it goes well. Also, good to see you. Christina joined us too. Hi, Christina. Thanks for the reminder to hydrate. Thank you for that. I'm sorry if you guys heard me swallow my water. I was quite close to the mic. Finished your book, Denise. Really enjoyed it. 4 stars. Amazing. Sounds like you are going to continue the series too, which is great. And yeah, thanks for being here, Tracy. I'm glad that you had fun. I'm glad that you already plan on joining us next week. Sounds good. At least those are going to be my planned sprints. You know, you never know. Spontaneous sprints can happen, but those are the ones I'm planning to do. I already highlighted this from Greta. I'm just going through the motions. Yes, meow indeed. The last meow of the day. 42 pages at 40% in the spell shop. Awesome, Abs. You were going through that. It's a very quick read, though. I'm not going to lie. Since you mentioned crochet and nonfiction, it had me think of the book Hooked, How Crafting Saved My Life. It's on my TBR, but heard good things. Has crochet patterns, too. Oh my gosh, thanks, Sarah. That's awesome. I'll have to see if my library has it. If not, maybe we should add it. It sounds like a great combination.
This is a book that was given to me for 12 Recs from 12 Besties. Amy gave it to me, so I have to read it by the end of the year.
Is it the second site or
no,
was it
the Hooked one?
Really? Oh my gosh. Also, hi Ari. Hi. How are you?
Good. I just got home from school.
Oh, nice. Are you happy to be home?
Yeah, but guess what?
What?
Okay. Instead of Wednesday being short,
Thursday is short.
Instead of Wednesday being short, it's going to be a normal day. And instead of Thursday being long, it's going to be 3 hours early out.
Oh, well, that's kind of nice.
Because you have conferences this week. So you had there were conferences yesterday, and then there's conferences Thursday night, and then you're off.
and you're gonna go.
Yes, I'm gonna go, and then you're off on Friday because it's autumn break. It's fall break.
Yeah, and I get to stay home for 3 days, so I get to run around town for 3 days.
Sure.
Woohoo!
Do I still have to check in when I'm going to different houses?
Yes.
Oh, dang it! Oh, you want to see my stuffy?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Of course.
Okay,
I'm
relax.
sorry.
You got it?
I'm sorry.
It's fine. You got it?
Okay. There's better lighting in here.
It's fine.
Okay.
Just say it like that.
Oh, it's so cute.
I put it with him
Is it a
every
name?
night.
I love the bow.
Unless he's being washed, I cuddle with him every night. Unless he's being washed.
Oh, he's good cuddly size. Mm-hmm.
He's my size. Wait, did you get this for me?
Yeah, you're right. He is your size.
Oh, right. Granny got this for me. My granny got this for me.
Yes, Granny got that for you.
Aww.
And I'm not giving it to anybody.
No, it's yours.
Because my grandma gave it to me.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
we call
Oh, that makes it extra special.
But we call her Granny because she doesn't like being called Grandma or Gran. If she could, if I was allowed to call her Gran, I would call her Gran. That's another word. Those are that's another word for grandma.
Yeah, but I'm glad that you're calling her Granny because that's what she prefers. That's really nice of you to respect her choice.
All right, go. Go watch a movie. Okay, I'll be there in a moment. Go. Relax. Go.
Children are goofy. but I'm glad you're back, Heather. You went to dinner. I hope that it was delicious, or at least it's settling, and then you'll have dinner once we wrap up. Thanks for being here, Pucks. Good to see you. Almost 40% in. That's awesome. Watched a podcast that entire time. I swear, some of those podcasts, they are quite some long. Like, they're like an hour long. Finished your book, Alicia. Woohoo. Now, do I choose Chase Me by Tessa Bailey, or do I read Get Good with Money? Oh my gosh. Like, I mean, I guess the smart choice might be to get good with money, unless you've just had a hard week already, Tuesday, and you need to relax. Then maybe do Chase Me. It would probably be a quick read. Just send the boys off to play some D&D as you always do on Tuesdays. Now you're getting the house to yourself. You're going to read the Book of Magic. That sounds great. You're also working on a diamond painting. Yeah, of course. Thanks for being here, Alicia. Have about half an hour left in your story, and you're hopeful to finish it tonight. Oh, yeah, I think you could, even though it is much later for you where you are than it is for us, actually. So don't feel badly if you'd rather go to bed. You finish The God of the Woods. Then I pick up Part of Your World for some very different vibes. Oh, yeah, like that is going to be like a romance. It'll be quite nice. You're reading some very like popular titles, Una, and you're already 20% into that. Well, I'm going to read God of the Woods. I'm hoping to read it like during October. That's my goal. I have to go to class, but it was nice to pop in. Yeah, good luck with class, Maggie. It was really nice to see you, even if it was only for a brief time. Yes, we did. We were graced by Miss Ari herself. Got distracted on BookTube during that sprint. Not distracted. You were supporting people, checking out, maybe getting some book recommendations. Just started a middle grade mystery. Well, Teresa, you are talking my language. It's called A Strange Thing Happened in Cherry Hall. And it's about a robbery of a painting, a ghost, and a turtle who saw the whole thing. Wait. I might actually know exactly the book you're talking about. A Strange Thing Happened. Let me see here. Sorry, I have my like thing tucked away. A Strange Thing Happened. Oh my gosh, yes. I actually recognize this cover. I've been meaning to read that, Teresa, because it's a newer-ish release, I think. Let me know what you end up thinking about it. What's going on here? Can I click on messages? It's not working. I don't know what happened. But oh, there it is. Oh my gosh. That was so delayed. So strange. They messing up your schedule. I know. How dare.
Yeah,
oh my
she's
God.
not. I feel like it'll be fine until we actually get to Friday, and then she's like, I'm supposed to have school. And then there's gonna be like a breakdown. So.
Yeah. Oh, well, hi Rachel. Just in time for us to send you over to hang out with Kelsey and friends. Also, about 40% into Slade House. Awesome, Dustin. Teriyaki chicken with rice. Oh, that sounds so comforting. That actually sounds delicious. I need to figure out what I'm going to make for dinner, actually, as soon as we wrap these up.
Yeah, I put food in the crock pot. So.
Ooh, yeah. You know what I need to start making
chicken.
soups. It's the season for soups with like the slow, like the crock pot.
Yeah.
I'm going to start doing that.
Yeah, I made crock pot cracked chicken. I just don't put, you're supposed to put cream cheese in it, but people in my house, in my family, don't like cream cheese. So we just do the chicken. I just put the chicken in there, like chicken breasts with like a packet of like the ranch, like that you would mix with sour cream, like to make dip, but you just use the powder. So you put that in there, and then it cooks for like, I cook it for like 6 hours because I just need to make sure the chicken is cooked through. So I cook it on low for 6 hours, and then you put like shredded cheese on top, and then I put the lid back on it, and I fry the bacon. You're supposed to put bacon on top of the cheese, but it makes the bacon like mushy, so I don't do that. I just fry the bacon and like crumple it up, put it in a bowl, and then everybody can just add bacon to their
that's like nice and crunchy. Like get like the texture a little bit different.
Yeah, and then I make white rice, but my dad and my brother sometimes will put it on like tortillas or whatever. But you can put it on like tortillas or potatoes or whatever. I put mine on rice.
I'm a big rice person. I mean, I like noodles too. Give me anything. Rice, noodles, bread. I love it. But I love the idea of using a cauldron instead. Yes, it is the season for cauldrons for sure. Also, Teresa, I'm glad it's super cute. It looks cute. So that's great. And also, hi, Chris. It really has been a little while. I know sometimes YouTube doesn't show it, but we're going to be sending you over to Kelsey soon. But we have been having a good time. I hope you've been well. Thanks for checking in, even though we're, close to being done. And yeah, thanks for being here, Glenda. Always happy to see you. Love a crock pot meal. Genuinely. And then you just have you obviously are going to have leftovers unless it's for a party. Like you're always going to have leftovers with a crock pot. We make chicken breast in the crock pot with teriyaki sauce. Slow cook, 6 to 8 hours. My oldest requests this all the time. And it's so easy. You put everything, you just prep and then you leave it for 6 hours. Like what Neva was saying. I want to be a crock pot person. Cracked chicken is the best. I also do chicken with salsa or chicken with an onion soup mix. Having shredded chicken available is so great.
Yeah, we do.
Need to do
the
this.
biggest hits in this house so far are cracked chicken and then just slow cooker barbecue chicken. Like they're still eating. Like I made barbecue chicken on, I think it was Sunday. And there was enough leftovers. Like my brother just came in here 2 hours ago and got more of the leftovers out of the fridge. And I was like, "What are you eating?" And he was like, "This chicken you made." So I mean, and it's so easy because I can just I just let it go all day, and then shred it up before we eat it, and then it's ready.
Yeah, I literally got a crock pot for Christmas from my family because moving up in the world, gaining additional appliances in my apartment, and I still haven't used it. It's terrible.
I feel like the crock pot gets used the most, just because you can make everything in a crock pot.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm I don't know why I'm terrible. Chicken with enchilada sauce and cheese is also good. Oh my gosh. I think maybe I just need you guys to all just give me your recipes and I can try it. One thing I love to make is penne beef bake. Oh my gosh, that also sounds delicious and perfect for fall. Slow cooker pot roast, all the soups. 2 crock pots. Oh my gosh. I love that. I want to be you, Krista. I want to be you when I grow up.
I want to buy a second crock pot just because you can also make dessert in the crock pot. You can make crock pot cake. You can make every if all I had was a crock pot, I would be able to make full meals in the crock pot.
Yeah. And I'm on, so I usually have this in my sprints. I have got all the links, but if you go to my channel, it's the same thing actually. So you don't have to go to my channel, Leandra _ the TBR 0. I would love you to send me recipes because I think I'm just at a loss. I'm not at the cooking stage where I could just throw things in and be like, all right, let's do it. So I would love to be sent recipes, stew beef and gravy or pork chops. Okay, I'm officially hungry.
We've made ribs in the crock pot before too.
Oh my gosh. And that really helps it stay tender too.
Yeah, and they get so tender that you pull the bone out and you just have the rib meat.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that sounds great. Now I know anything I make tonight is just not going to be as good as anything you guys all mentioned. Thanks for ruining my dinner, friends. But yes, please send me crockpot recipes because I was actually thinking at the library that I want to see if we had any specifically recipe books for crockpots so I could look through it, but I keep forgetting to do that. Pinterest. That does seem
I will just say that if you're looking them up online, just be aware that they all have blog posts at the beginning. So you have to scroll to the bottom to get to the actual recipe. But yeah, I love because what I do is I just the people in my house really only like chicken. They're not really we like beef too. So I've done taco meat in the crock pot before too. But no one in the house but me really likes pork. So we do a lot of just chicken and beef. but it's easy enough because I can just put it in at like noon and then it's done by 6. If it only needs
yeah,
to-
well, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, that'd be perfect. Just do it, in the afternoon. And it's ready for dinner. Don't feel bad. Oh, okay, you're having ravioli. Thank you. Makes me feel better. But okay, friends, I don't want you to be late for Kelsey's friends. She's gonna have friends over. Neva's also gonna be over there, so it's gonna be a great time. But yeah, I don't want you guys to arrive too late. So let me get you over there. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to turn off this. And like I said, it's just going to redirect you. You don't have to do anything. It's just going to send you over there. Thank you all for being here. We really appreciate it. It's super fun, whether you're doing TBR Harvest or Fablin or something else, because there's amazing creators doing all this stuff all month. But yeah, we appreciate you, and we'll see you next week, maybe. Bye.